Live backstage here, Music Midtown 2011 with Dan from the Black Keys. How are you? Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you very much. I'm doing all right.
This is a short trip for you guys nowadays. You guys have made the move from Ohio to Nashville now. How's Nashville?
Nashville's beautiful. Yeah, it's like here. Good weather, easy drives everywhere. It's nice.
Where's the most of the writing been done for the new album? Are you one of those bands that you guys can write out on the road, or do you settle in at home? And
No, we don't really write on the road. We get in the studio. We just wait till we're done touring and get in the studio. That's how we did the new record.
And I know that, obviously your setting has changed and you guys constantly like to evolve in sound. How much is this new record going to be different from the previous?
It's very different, I think. It's last record had sort of I guess like a soul kind of vibe to it, and the new record is a little bit more up-tempo, kind of rock and roll, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it, but that's my first impression, I think.
Danger Mouse is producing or co-producing once again. Has his approach changed with your guys' different approach and to really add to the difference in the album sound?
I think that what most people would characterize as Danger Mouse isms, there's a lot less of those on this record. It's a little bit more straight ahead. And I think we all sort of, tried to change a little bit for this record, but because it's kind of a new sound for all of us, really.
Lewis?
The last time we saw you guys, we actually took a trip up to Bonnaroo. What have you guys been doing since Bonnaroo to now at the Music Midtown?
We've been touring. I've been making a lot of records. Just did a Dr. John record last week and did a record by this band called The Raining Sound week before that, and just been working a lot, really.
There's obviously in Nashville, there's Kings of Leon, and then all the Rock and Tours guys now have kind of transplanted from Michigan. So is there some big Sunday night musical feast at somebody's house where everybody gets together?
The Patrick Keeler from the Rock and Tours he's kind of the guy that got me, talked me into Nashville, really. I would come there and he would show me around town and take me to spots, and he's been really helpful. And ever since I moved to Nashville, he's pretty much been gone the entire time I've been there.
What's there to do in Nashville? What do you do in your spare time when you're not making other records and touring, and what do you do in your downtime in Nashville?
I don't know. I work all the time,
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, there's like lots of parks and weirdos hanging around, and
right.
You can go do dumb things and
Hang gliding.
And then you can go down to Lower Broad where all the country, like the honky tonks are, which is like going to Mars,
Is that what they call rednecks there? A honky tonk, or they don't call them rednecks?
Rednecks, they call rednecks, they call what they call people, right? Rednecks?
Right. Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, the musicians, honky tonkers, and then you have Vanderbilt University has a lot of great college bars around, lots of good drinking holes around that area. Al Gore, have you seen Al Gore's house?
His house was for sale, I think.
On the southern part of Nashville. I'm borderline stalker, so I'll find you guys once you guys get settled in.
His house is not green either. I think we looked at it when we were moving. I'm serious.
It's big and white, yes, and I drove down the street and Secret Service wanted to know what I was doing, but that's besides the point. I also visited Third Man Records, but Jack's got a little record store up there. Have you been to his vinyl pressing plant?
I've been to United, which is the vinyl pressing plant he uses, but that's been there since like the 50s, and it's awesome. It's a really cool place, and it really hasn't changed much in the inside since the 50s, and they've done a few of our records, like from Rubber Factory, they press that on vinyl, and it's really cool. And I've got a studio downtown, and I could shoot a potato gun and hit United.
Do you think you would ever do something like the like shoot the potato gun, or do what the Foo Fighters did and do an analog recording on tape?
Yeah, we've done that. We've done a bunch of those.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you guys were strictly digital these days.
It's like a new thing because it's like the old thing. that thing that they're advertising as being the cool, weird way to do it is like, that's the way that I make records still. Use the reel-to-reel and Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple.
To me, and without being too technical, it's more about keeping it simple. It's about keeping it soulful, because when you can snap every single drum beat back to the exact grid, then it becomes a synthetic thing. So it's nice when music has soul.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's more about a performance, and everybody really getting their parts down instead of just we'll fix it later. You know what I mean? That's sort of the thing that's plagued music, I think, in the last 20 years, is that we'll fix it later mentality, and it sort of made music kind of suck, and you lose some of that heart, some of that feeling.
Well, one of the great performances last season on Saturday Night Live was the Black Keys. Can't wait to see you guys tonight. And any time frame on when we'll be hearing new Black Keys music?
We have a new record coming out soon.
Hold the finger up. Don't announce the release date. It'll be coming before the end of 2011. Is that a yes or a no? Maybe. All right. I got it. Well, we're waiting with bated breath, and we can't wait to see you tonight, and thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's the Black Keys on 99X. We're live at Music Midtown.